Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be taking a first look at the DJI Osmo Action 6, which is, at least on paper, really impressive, because this thing has a 1 by 1.1 inch sensor. That's practically an inch. I mean, it's not quite a full 1 inch sensor, but it is so very, very close. And then it has a variable aperture. That's actually possibly a bigger deal than the really large sensor. Having a variable aperture in an action camera is, I think, unprecedented, at least to my knowledge. And it's an f2 to f4 aperture, which that's not a massive range for an aperture, because like on a full-size camera you can usually go up to like f22 or whatever. But for an action camera, having any sort of variation in the sensor can make a big difference, and I can't even think of a lot of ways that will be beneficial. That offers you more light control for one thing, so this thing won't necessarily need to use neutral density filters quite as much. And it also offers you better depth of field when you're shooting at the darker aperture, so it should potentially yield sharper images. We'll have to see. And it also has 50 gigabytes built-in storage, which is pretty cool. But let's without further ado, let's get out of the box. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we've got two boxes in here. We've got accessories and Osmo Action 6. So I think we're going to take a look at the camera first, actually. Okay. So, looks like it has quite a large lens, which you'd expect because it has to have a much larger sensor here. And yeah, oh nice. That is a large lens indeed. Look at the back of the camera there, side, and again you have the magnetic mount on the bottom. I do wish that we had some sort of a quarter through screw thread in there as well. I do like DJI's magnetic mounting system for their Action series cameras, but I also do like to have the option of having a quarter 20 thread or the classic fingers like on a GoPro. But this works well. Anyway, got the battery door there, USB there. Let's just take this off and take a look at the lens. And yes, that is a large lens for an action camera. You can definitely tell that there is a large sensor behind that to have that size of a lens. That's pretty cool, I gotta admit. That's pretty cool. Okay, we'll set that aside. We're gonna take a look at some of the accessories in there. Okay. Oh, in the bottom of the bag we've got a selfie stick, as you would expect. This is the adventure combo, so it does come with some extra accessories. Yep, that's a selfie stick. Hey, Bubba Link. You want to take a look at the camera, kitty cat? Nope? Not interested? Okay. Stickers! And a few other bits of paper in there anyway. We've got screws so you can affix it to anything, which means it must have a mount adapter in here too. Okay, so we have a battery charging case right here. You get 3 extra batteries in there. I don't know if there's a battery in here. Feels like there is. I assume there is. Yeah. 1950 milliamp hours, and according to the box, it gets a 4-hour battery life. That's a lot. That is a lot of battery life in there. Okay. Oh, got a USB-C cable. You have some kind of mounting thing. up. Yes. Oh, this is a stick-on mount for a helmet. Got a couple of little extra doohickeys there. Okay, now we've got the magnetic quick release things, because that's the whole deal with this, is that you want to be using multiple quick release things so you can quickly just move the camera from device to device, and these work quite well. I believe it's the same system as the Action 5 Pro. Works pretty well. They're very solid. I would trust those fairly well, but they pop off fairly easily when you depress these, and then you can just mount it to any normal Action camera mount. So yeah, anyway, that's about it for now. That's the Action 5 Pro. I guess we might as well open up that. Yep, USB-C port. Pop that well while we're at it. Oh, there's no battery in there, but there is a silica packet. That's the first time I've actually ever seen anybody put a silica packet in the battery compartment like this. That's interesting. I'm gonna need like a pair of pliers or something to get that out, actually. That's actually... Okay. Okay, well, anyway, I'll mess with that later, but I'm going to get this charged up and go take some video. Though, I think we'll actually take a look at some of the other accessories that DJI sent along. We've got an ND filter set right there, and just taking a look at that, how that works. It looks like they just pop on over the top, probably, or either that or, yeah, you actually unscrew that. Yep. So you have these screw-on ND filters there. So it does have the variable aperture, which can work for darkening your image, but then you can use these. We also have something really cool, and that is a macro lens. Now, I've actually used a similar system on GoPros, because they have those interchangeable lenses. Now, DJI is doing that as well, and this should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to trying this out quite a bit, actually. And I'm looking forward to shooting with the Action 6. It should be... I'm really hoping I get some excellent results out of this, because based on those specs, it should deliver quite stunning imagery. Anyway, you'll be seeing some of that right after I stop talking here. So without further ado, I'll switch to that, and I will say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye!